In 2006, Governor Owens signs a bill raising the state's promo budget to $19 million. This was lifted out of the Rocky Mountain News back then, and this was in 2006. Finally, by making the case, both through what happened in the loss of funding, but also the other part of it is you've got to measure your campaigns, as you do here. You've got to demonstrate that the campaigns themselves are working and generating a return, answer John Wanamaker's question, and convince those skeptics out there that it's working. Well, it took years and lots of research and lots of testimony and lots of questioning because it was money. In fact, I had to go and stand in front of the legislature a few times on the way station to this. And then finally, Governor Owens signed the bill giving the state's tourism office about a fourfold increase, taking them from less than half the average of other states to in the top 10 in terms of spending. And a newer campaign, again, focusing on the amenities and the attractions, not just the mountains. So same strategy, but updated. That campaign tested very well. We got similar ROI numbers, presented those. And this was the latest news, was just in the paper last June. And it says, as you can see here, Colorado in 2008 was back up to an all-time high after all these years. So just a few years of real funding. And guess what? Marketing works. And so 4% increase for the year, 28 million visitors, spent $9.5 billion. Surveys that we conducted showed that there was a new record in terms of both visitation and spending in the state of Colorado. Why? Because they spent some money. So I'll end this by just summarizing a few lessons that we learned from this case, lessons that may help you, I hope, as you make your own. One is, here's some of the arguments you get. Well, we understand what you're saying, and yes, they're really important, but look, this is a crisis here. Revenues are down, we're in a recession, everybody else is cutting, aren't they? Well, I just got off the phone half an hour ago with the newspaper in Columbus, Ohio, calling me about a speech by the governor, Strickland in Ohio. I was supposed to be backing him up, but I had already accepted this, so Tom Curtis from my company is there backing up the governor there today, where he's announcing that despite one of the highest unemployment rates in the entire country, he's actually proposing to boost the budget by 10.5%. Won't they come anyway? That was Douglas Bruce's line. We own the Rocky Mountains. They're not coming because of your silly ad campaign. They're coming because of the Rockies. We got the best product. Won't they come anyway? Well, let me tell you, they didn't, and you've seen that. We've got empirical proof that, yes, some people kept coming, but they had a lot fewer, and over $2 billion worth of revenue loss because they stopped spending. So next time a politician says to you, we got the casinos here anyway, and they go over, why should we fund a state campaign? They're going to come anyway. We got such a great product. Well, just ask them. I rest my case on that one. Okay, so, and why not leave it to the private sector? I was hauled out for a television interview here, and the reporter asked me this question. He says, well, why do we need to use public funds? Well, we got the casinos, they're spending far more anyway. Why not leave it to the private sector? So I'll give you the answer right now. And this actually happened in Colorado. It was instrumental at a meeting of frustrated industry leaders before trying to get something going when they were in desperate straits. And actually, I'm stealing this idea from Robert Mill, a professor at the University of Denver, who was moderating a similar session like this, saying, we're in trouble, we need to get us together so we can lobby the legislature and make our case. And here we have the private sector model, and they tried it, and everybody was yapping about themselves. So he did it with Colorado. I'll do it here in this room. On the count of 3, I'd like you to yell out as loud as you can the name of the organization that you represent here today. You know, we've got U.S. Travel, we've got some Vegas people, I'm sure we have some casinos. You ready? 1, 2, 3. That's no good. One more time. Louder this time. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Louder! That's a Tower of... That, if you don't know it, is the Tower of Babel. That's what it feels like. Okay? Okay, now on the count of 3, this time, yell out as loud as you can. Which state do you live in? 1, 2, 3. Well, as Ben Franklin put it back in 1776, we must all hang together, or assuredly we shall all hang separately. And so basically, you don't get to play the marketing game unless you justify yourself. And I think hopefully today that having some credible conservative research, as opposed to your opinion or just talking about how important you are, show them that you're an investment. And I've heard it this morning. You know that. You've got the facts. You're saying, you know, maybe they're dumb. Maybe they don't listen. Some of them anyway. But it's very simple. What's going to pay in this state? What's going to pay for all the basic services that you need if you don't fund tourism? Don't be the next Colorado. Thank you very much.